Okay. Everything is about to change. Everything in the next couple months. It is the biggest change of your life. And I know there's been all these changes. There's been all these things happening and shifting. And, probably every freaking post of people being like, this is the biggest change of your life. Well, guess what? This thing that's happening, it is. And it is so simple. And but it's the biggest change. It's the way you freaking see yourself. There is something in you have been blind to, and I'm telling you, this change in your perception of you is going to change everything on the outside. Your love life, your finances, your career, everything. Everything is going to catapult into this like abundance, prosperity kind of understanding of reality because you change the way you see yourself. Because there's been this blindness to your power. There has been this blindness to your value, and it's it goes beyond just humility. It's self like it's like you don't honor, it's like you don't even honor your gifts. You don't even see the value of what you bring to the table, of your core essence, and not even just like in work, but you're just being. The freaking being of who you are. There has been some veil of like, I'm not good enough. And the work I've been doing for years, the past almost 7 years of this journey of whatever it is I do and working with people and working with thousands of people, guess what trumps fear? Right above that, the common freaking thread between almost everyone I work with is not being good enough. So the next few months, and the shift happened around spring equinox. There's been all these shifts, right? And the winter, and I'm sorry, I know this is an international audience and some of you are in a different hemisphere. So since January to March, and then we have the equinox, and there is this rebirth energy of the main component of what is being worked on within yourself that you might not even recognize yet is a new facing things within yourself and facing stories that are like, God, this is the way I see and understand myself. This is the way I see and understand my work. This is the way I see and understand my beauty. There's something that is like a realization is coming of like, this has been my baseline. This is like the kind of core way of like a feeling. It just was your normal. It was your freaking foundation. You had nothing to understand it. But for the thing that's going to be happening, if you're not already going through it, it's seeing from above yourself, like, this is how I see myself. Like, whoa. And it's all coming down to your value. And I am telling you why this biggest change of the way you freaking see yourself is going to change everything in your life. I am telling you, the love that shows up is going to be totally different. The money that shows up, the way that, your coworkers, or if you have, managers or whatever, the way you're going to be seen and honored is because the way that you're seeing yourself. And it's almost as if there is a lot of you that has to like start at this weird like grassroots, like the bottom of the bottom, because whatever happened to you at a younger age that like created this not good enough idea of yourself, it's like there's something deeply that's going to be changed. And it's almost like, how do I see this? How? And I'm actually going to be teaching this in the I Receive workshop, which I'm going to talk about at the end of this. But, so there is so much, it feels like it's right here for you. All of these things you've been working on, you're already in alignment with it. You've already manifested the version of yourself to be in this timeline to receive all those things. And everything you've been working through are the things that are like recalibrating you to align with this. And I think in a couple videos ago, or maybe it was my last video, I was saying like, this isn't about you, oh, I gotta get in alignment. You're already in freaking alignment, and everything that's seemingly out of alignment is a part of this portal you've created. It's like that journey in the portal, the birthing portal to get to this thing. You're already on the path of this thing manifesting, and everything that happens that seems like a setback is supposed to happen to get you to this thing. So this new phase is the phase of your value. It's the phase of like you finally freaking seeing yourself and being like, oh, wow, I am a blessing. Wow, I am really valuable. Like I am a gift. And it's just, again, you've been so blind to it. Like it's like almost painfully sad. It like pains my heart. Like, wow, you don't even know. Like, really? So I want to get guidance and information from the version of you who fully is like seeing themselves right now. I feel like this is just like a really quick reading, but it's just super yeah, this message is just like super prominent and powerful about like there's this massive change in you, and it's going to change everything in your outside. Like because you've been doing so much work. It's like this last piece of the puzzle for this really big, where everything starts to feel really different, and in a way that, you know what, I think we've been like manifesting and healing so day by day by day by day that sometimes it's hard to even see like you've changed so much, because we're just like changing an inch every day. But there's something about this next phase of like you honoring yourself and you seeing your value that is going to make a big, like it will feel completely different. Like your life is about to, wow, I think this is you coming out of the portal into this new life. So this is a big deal. Okay. Any love, any wisdom, any guidance. Can we just like see yourself go through the portal and just be at the full end of the portal? And I want you to just see, I want you to see trillions of diamonds and golden coins and little hearts coming out of you. Bottom of the deck, prayer answered, duh. So this is what's happening. It just keeps coming back to Buffalo. By the way, like everything keeps coming back to like your prayer is already answered. You're in alignment with this thing. Okay, so just see yourself, little hearts coming out. Like if you ever watched Care Bears, like they would just radiate these things from their heart. So just see all gems, diamonds, golden coins, little hearts, rainbows. What is the rest of the lucky charms? Like diamonds, 4-leaf clovers, red moons, and whatever. Okay, just see it all coming out of you. Lucky charms, just see all the things coming out of you, radiating out of you. This is a symbol of your worth. So what is this version of you who's fully in their worth? I want to share. Keep seeing it, keep sharing it. Now share it with everyone who's watching this video and just amplify each other's worth and value. And now share it with everyone in the world. Keep sharing that light and that gold and that abundance with everyone Now share it with especially people that are dealing with a lot of pain, war, just so much suffering. Share it with them. Share your healing energy with them. Okay, take a big deep breath in. Sigh. Get it out. Okay. Of course, I love it. Yeah. Let me put this into a story. Okay, so lately, as of yesterday, I realized a new meaning for this card. You're going through a glow up. There's a massive glow up on the horizon for you, and I think you're already in the middle of it, and you might not even know because you've been like, it's that thing, like you've been changing inch by inch by inch by inch. So there's this, you're already in the glow up, okay? And this glow up is about you seeing your value. That there has been some pretty intense, so my pain is sacred. And then we see I endure to be reborn. So I feel like whatever has been coming up for you, sorry if you guys can maybe hear whatever is happening outside with mowing or cutting things, that there has been these things you've been facing within yourself, and they may feel like they're pushing you back, but they're actually so you can realize this new way that like, oh, I've been seeing myself like this, and it's really painful. And almost that is the diamond of like witnessing and facing your pain. And there's kind of two different pains. There's a grieving of some sort, but then there's the pain of this limited understanding of myself. And this limited understanding of yourself, it's a different kind of pain, okay? It is constricted. It feels like a block. It feels imprisoned. When there's some kind of a grieving happening or a releasing, it's cathartic. But when we feel the pain of not feeling good enough, it's an imprisonment. There's no freaking, it doesn't feel like I'm crying and now I've released. It doesn't feel like there's any kind of release, but there is something that you are going to be understanding this kind of, again, I'm sorry for the outside noise, understanding of this, where you're seeing it, that it's a lie. You're seeing that, oh, this is the untruth. So it's not hitting you in the way it used to hit you, because, I'm just reading this. Yeah, it's like you realizing ego power, like how much more you are. This to me right now is sharing like you are majestic, you are noble, you are a light bringer, you are so powerful, but you haven't owned it yet. You haven't owned that you have this like extreme power within you. And ego also says when ego comes, it's like all these things are going to start happening quicker, and your thoughts. Because see, this is about nourishing your thoughts. You are what you think. Pink flamingo turns pink after about 3 years of eating krill. So it's like, what are you nourishing yourself? So there's this way that you're going to be changing the way you think about yourself, which then leads to this like crazy power in yourself where you're illuminating the world, where you're so freaking magnetic, where you're shining so brightly. And there has been this thing like you've been working on, so action leads to success, that I just find it so funny because I did a couple readings yesterday, and I'm telling you, there is something with the collective, like whenever I do readings in a row, and especially I can see this really good when I do readings at like an event, so I got one after the other, there's these cards, like this story, these cards keep coming out every single reading. So I'm like, okay, the collective is like definitely aligning with this thing. But Action leads to success is there's this thing you've been working toward, and because you've been taking consistent action, you're being led to success. This thing is going to happen. This desire in your heart is happening. And to me, like, nourish the shadow and lighten up. But Black Panther, I'm feeling in this, Black Panther is this thing about it's not necessarily this card, but I'm going to just use this reference for Black Panther, this no expectations. There's something about, like, don't try to rationalize. There's something with dancing with the unknown, like dancing in this unknown energy right now. Again, I'm not even reading the card of I'm like reading it from like the imagery as opposed to like me knowing what the actual meaning is. So there is something about going into the unknown, which is black, right? Like the Black Panther and the darkest night of like, and trusting that this thing is all leading to this thing. And you've been taking these actions, but there's this like logical way you kind of want to like know how it's going to happen. It's none of your freaking business how this is all going down, because your prayer is freaking answered. Again, this card comes out like your prayer is freaking answered. Act as if your prayer is answered. There's something that like needs to get drilled into your consciousness, like it's done. You're gonna get the thing, you're gonna get the money, you're gonna get the relationship, you're gonna get the thing, but none of that actually matters on the outside. It's because you change the way your self-concept. You've been changing your self-concept, but this is like on a level that is like the root of everything of how you see your value and worth. And the lighten up card is funny. This card rarely comes out. There's something like, so now it's time to take everything less seriously too. Like, I think because it's like, it's all happening. The prayer's answered. Like, you don't even necessarily need to be like, there's something in the collective that's awakening you seeing your own value. So it's not like, oh shoot, how do I figure this out? Even though I'm going to be like teaching it and I'll invite you to that. But there's something like it's happening, whatever you end up doing, whether there's something that's affecting and shifting the way that you're going to be seeing your own value. So it's not like, how do I figure this out? Remember, like, it's not about figuring it out. It's like you're just being led to it without even knowing. That's why it's like this unknown. There's this unknown thing. And also Black Panther, the one thing in this card that I will say is that this is where your diamonds live, right? And like, my pain is sacred. She's making all these diamonds from the unknown. See how her heart goes into the abyss of this like black unknown, and these diamonds coming out of this black unknown within her. It's because she united with it, and she's just allowing herself to like be like guided by the unknown. And it's all like, here's all the things you wanted, while simultaneously here's all your value, all these diamonds within yourself. But if that does sound like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm down for this. My I Receive workshop, it is June 21st. So it's just the tail end of the summer solstice, the first day of the summer solstice. So we're utilizing that energy. It's all about blossoming. We're shifting into this new level of like really honoring our own self-worth and using, I think I'm gonna bring Buffalo into this. We're definitely bringing Pig into this, different archetypes, the sun, golden coins, through breath and movement, and using the animal archetypes and these different archetypes to shift into this self-worth and self-value. And I've done this technique that I'll be teaching a long time ago, and I would always make more money when I did it. And like recently I'm like, why am I not doing that? And it's crazy. Like I've even shifted this technique a little bit in the way I'll be teaching you guys. And I'm just like, like these opportunities, I'm like, what is going on? And it's because I'm using symbols to implant a new understanding of my own self-worth and self-value. So if that sounds cool, it is free for the I Am Empowered membership program below, or you can pay separately and just do the workshop and the 19-day challenge. Also, I have a discount on my instant readings, which is a video that comes to your email within 48 hours. It's 11% off of the instant 111 readings. So that info is below. But let me just also say, like, us working together on the summer solstice, like, oh my God, it's going to amplify, because that is like a vortex. The solstices and equinox are on some other freaking level. And the honor of us getting a group of people aligned with the same vision of amplifying our value is not only that day is going to amplify it and supercharge it, we are going to collectively as a group supercharge each other's value. So it's like, it's group manifesting, it's group transmuting. There is something when you work with a group of freaking people, and yes, there will be a replay. It's on Zoom. If you can't make it, it'll still affect you. You'll still align with that energy, even if you watch the replay. It'll be really awesome and powerful. Okay. I love you guys. World peace. World peace. All the info description below.